Alright, so anyways, wearing my Cat Ba Island shirt today, given me to Adnan from Chicago. So, I guess this one will be about having people in your life that challenge you. Um, Yesterday I was spending time with a group of people. Some of them were new to my life, and some of them were I've known for quite some time. And whenever I get around a group of people, um, to use a line from Krishnamurti, he says, when you don't have thought and when you don't have feeling, when you're not feeling anything and when you're not thinking anything, you have energy. It's the essence of energy. The essence of energy comes when you don't have thought, when you're not thinking about things, and when you're not feeling anything. That was really cool. Sunlight fingertips. So a lot of the time throughout the day, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm not really feeling anything. This has come with lots of intense suffering and, sitting with, myself and, figuring out my past so I don't have to have it control my life, right? So I don't identify with my past. I don't worry about it. I don't think about it. I don't harbor on it. I don't think about the future because I realize that I can't control the future because something always comes up and the future changes course. So I don't think about the future either. So since I rarely focus on the past or think about the past and I never really think about the future, and I don't identify with my past anymore, it allows me to not think, and it allows me not to have feelings. So when I'm around people, I have a lot of energy, because I'm not bogged down by thought. So I was around these new people yesterday, and they were very cool, very hip people. And but there's one person that I keep running into problems with in life because we're very opposite. So it's very challenging to be around this person. And, because they are somewhat passive aggressive and they say hidden mean things to you and they try to make it sound funny, but really it's quite hurtful when they say it. And this person just doesn't do it to me, they do it to others. So it's kind of their own conditioning. It's how they deal with emotions, or it's how they deal with anger or frustration, or seeing other people as their enemy, or not being okay with other people, or not accepting people, or not seeing or thinking people should be a certain way. So in order for them to handle that, they usually handle it with passive aggressiveness. So their hurtfulness comes out in a ha-ha funny way. So yesterday I was around this person again, and I have to be around this person every week. And so this person is challenging, and this person does not like the fact that I usually take control of a situation where I'm like either the center of attention or I have a lot of people focused on me or whatever the case may be. Because I do have that energy level. And a lot of that comes from being present, and a lot of that comes from just traveling the world, being around thousands of people, and just being not only kind and being a good listener, but just being lighthearted and just having fun in life, right? Because I don't take life seriously. And when you don't take life seriously, people that do take life seriously may dislike you. Classic. So you'll be challenged by these people because they might try to be mean towards you or say mean things towards you or not like you. And when somebody dislikes you or thinks you should be different or sees the world as a different way than you see it, they're going to try to challenge you. So this morning I woke up with a subconscious dream about this person because I've been challenged by this person for the last few months, pretty much on a weekly basis. So this morning I woke up and I was thinking about how should I handle this person. This person is not going away. In fact, I'll probably have to be around this person once a week for the next few years if I decide to stay in this town. And then I realized, I actually enjoy having this person in my life because they do challenge me. They allow me to think outside the box. This person allows me to try to figure out things and because I get along with pretty much everybody, but this person is very difficult for me to get along with because we're so polar opposite, because he's so serious and I'm not. And I can be serious sometimes, but usually when I'm around people, I'm not. So I kind of see this person as a blessing in a way, and I know that's really cheesy because everybody says, if somebody challenges you in life, see them as a blessing. It's kind of hokey. But in a way, he kind of does make me jump outside of myself and be like, hey, well, how can I handle this person? How can I solve this issue? And by solving this person's issue, it also allows me to help other people with solving other people that are dealing or challenging people that they're dealing with as well, right? So, the next time I see this person, and I've done this with this person before, but I'm going to have to keep doing it with this person because they're not going away. And I'm just going to take them to the side again. I did this with this person a month ago, but I'm going to do it again with this person. But I'm going to approach it differently. So whenever you're having a problem with somebody, one of the best ways to deal with it so it just doesn't continue and you don't feel that tension is to really just take that person to the side if you can, if they're not extremely angry and aggressive. Sometimes if a person's so angry and so aggressive towards you, you can't even take that person to the side because they're not even going to be listening. Or they're just not even going to want to be with you one-on-one, which is very frightening. Um, but if they can, you know, go with you and be with you one on one and actually listen to you and hear what you have to say without shutting off and not listening, or just, yelling at you and being aggressive towards you. Um, if you can actually take them to the side and they can actually tune in and not shut off and actually listen to what you have to say, you could calmly just talk to them. But when doing so, just try not to have emotions when you're doing so. When you're doing this, just completely shut down emotions when you're handling this situation with this challenging person. And just pretty much say, um, how I'm going to handle this one is pretty much, I'll just say, um, hey, so and so, can I, you know, the other, I'm not even gonna really say that. I'm just gonna maybe start walking with this person. I'll just say, I was thinking uh, this morning about how I may make your life very complex, and I'm really sorry for that, and I apologize that I do make your life complex. And I think in order for us to coexist together in the same environment, um, I'll have to kind of not be so explosive, when you are talking, or when times are serious, and when times are, if I'm reading a certain energy in the environment, and I know that I need to change and shift with that environment. When I'm in your presence, I'll do so. And, because I have no problem doing that. But, I think you're a great teacher, and I think, I think what you do is important, and I respect you. But I also know that in order for us to coexist, I need to change as well. But thank you. So I think one of the things that you also need to recognize is maybe, stepping outside yourself and maybe realizing that you're at fault as well. Maybe you're not at fault, but maybe you are, and I think it's important to realize that sometimes one of the reasons why this person doesn't like you is because you might not mesh in with their idea of what the world should be. And if that is the case, and you have to be around this person every day, whenever you're around this person's presence, maybe you cannot leave this person, maybe it's okay to mend a little bit. But if you can leave this person, or if you can leave this job, or this relationship, or this marriage, whatever the case may be, then do so, if you don't have to be around the person. The reason why I can't leave this person is because he's a part of a program that a bunch of people are together with, and I really love being in this program, and I'm not going to leave this program. So I have no reason to leave, because I enjoy this program a great deal. But if somebody is driving you crazy and they are being hurtful and mean towards you, and you don't have to stay, whether it's a job and you can find another job, or if it's a marriage, or if it's a partner, or if it's any of those things, realize you don't have to stay in that hurtful relationship. You can leave. Or that hurtful environment. You can leave. But if you don't if you don't have to leave, you know, um, and you realize that in order to make things work, you can change to help, and you know, you could change to help. Will it hurt me at all if I have to change a little bit to help? No, not at all. So also realize that. Jump outside of yourself, um, and um, and try to figure out what you can do to also benefit it. Um, and if somebody really is hurting your feelings, I learned this from a psychiatrist on NPR, um, National Public Radio. If somebody really is hurting your feelings, or they're doing something that is making you stay up at night, and you know it's ruining your life, and your one way to handle that is to take that person to the side, like I was mentioning before, and say, you know, when you say this about me, or when you say this in front of others about me, um, uh, it really makes me feel a certain way, and it really affects me, and I you know, and I would really like to work on that with you. Just like that. You say it just like that. It's called an I statement, or you know, so um, you know, so you're not putting blame on that person. You're trying to work it out with that person instead of saying, you know, you know, you're doing this and I want you to stop doing it. They're going to see that as very they're going to take that as like, you know, you're trying to go to war with them. But by being more compassionate about it and saying like, you know, I wanted to talk to you about something because something is really bothering me. And sometimes when we're in the work office and you say this to me, um, uh, or when you say this about me, it really hurts my feelings and it makes me feel upset. And I would like to know what we can do to change that, or what I can do to change that, or if there's anything we could do together to make that better. That is extremely effective, not only in relationships with partners, you know, husbands, wives, children, your own children. It's also effective with your boss, or people that you work with, coworkers, or peers or friends. So that's extremely, extremely helpful. So anyways, I don't know. Um, um, that's called an I statement or a me statement. It's a very psychological thing. That's another beautiful day. I hope everybody's having an incredible winter. Since we're pretty much in the winter months, it's December. Winnie the Pooh rocks. Have fun, everybody, and take care. Booyaka!